The Decorah Vikings ended up with a district win last week, 28-7 over a Waverly Shellrock team that was playing very good football coming into last week. Mike Tangen, head coach of the Vikings, joining us. And Mike, I'll start the conversation on the defensive side of the ball. You gave up 7 points and you gave up just 186 yards of total offense to Waverly. What made the defense click last Friday?
Yeah, I thought game plan obviously was well, but the kids executed really well all night. Um, they kind of played their assignment and played assignment football and trusted each other, and that's a key when you're playing defense, is not being selfish and doing your job and trusting the guy next to you, and then obviously the physical play. I thought our kids played physical on both sides of the ball, but defensively, the D line played really really well, and we flew to the ball and tackled well. So yeah, all things were good on that side.
And offensively, 472 yards of total offense, 220 passing, 252 rushing. I'd imagine it's tough to get any more balance than that, really.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the kids executed well on that side of the ball too. Again, you don't do that though without offensive line, controlling the line of scrimmage. And I thought both sides of the ball on the offensive defensive line, I thought those guys played extremely well. And then our guys made the plays when they had opportunities to do it, and that's key especially when you're playing a really good football team. So, the balance is huge for us, and I'm hoping that it continue as we move forward and the kids keep executing at a high level.
And when you have two 100-yard rushers in a game, how big of a smile does the five guys up front have when they see stats like that?
I mean, it was fun, and even after the game, our line coach, Coach Buck, said, man, he was all fired up, and that's fun, when those guys you can kind of rest on their shoulders a little bit, and those guys don't always get a ton of credit in the stat book, but as far as how that game played out, you couldn't ask for a much better play out of them, and hopefully that'll continue.
And this week, you make a trip down to Marion. Marion right now sitting at 2-4. Last week was a big game. It got a lot of attention. It's a traditional rival. How do you keep the focus this week? Because human nature says a letdown would be possible. How do you keep the focus knowing the fact that Marion proved to you last year that they can come up here and beat you?
Well, to be honest, I don't really think there's a whole lot to say other than, these guys have beat us the last 2 years and they've played well. They kind of have our number, to be honest. And I think there's no reason if I'm those guys, there's no reason for them not to be confident, because, last year we were definitely picked to win and they ended up, it was a great football game and those guys executed things very well down the stretch and game-winning drive. And that's kind of what they've done the last 2 years. So, if I'm them, I'm super confident. And if I'm us, I mean, you can't go to sleep on these guys, and last week is last week and you got to move forward. And the big thing is for us is you just keep getting better each week and holding each other to a high standard and, and controlling the things that you can control. And so I expect our guys to be, fully ready to rock and roll. But yeah, I mean, these things have already been discussed for sure.
And what about this year's edition of the Wolves? What impresses you about them on film?
They're defensively, they're always very, very good. They're really aggressive. They've got a linebacker that played against us last year too that caused us some fits, and he's a really good player. And then they're always big up front, but their defense is what kind of sticks out to me, just how aggressive they are. And then offensively, they've been doing a bunch of different things, different formations, so it kind of provides us a little bit of a challenge to know exactly what we're going to see. And so just playing some base things and playing fast and doing kind of what we've been doing. But, they're a good football team too, and I expect nothing but them coming at us.
All right, Coach, hopefully the positivity can continue. Keep guys healthy. We wish best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mike Tangen, head coach of the Decorah Vikings. It's Decorah at Marion Friday night.